Hello, let me introduce myself. My name is FITRI and PM 22411072. I am class management 22B. On this occasion, I will discuss the basic concept of ethics. Understanding ethics, the word ethics comes from the word ethos or Greek, which means character, disposition, morality, or custom. As a subject, ethics is related to conduct owned by individual or group to assess whether action are carried out what he has done is wrong or right, bad or good. Ethics is reflection of self-control because everything is created and applied from and for the interests of the group itself. So ethics is also moral philosophy, a branch of philosophy that talk about human action. According to experts, ethics are rules of behavior international human abis interacting with a great order and configuring what is right and what is bad. Ethics in its development greeting influences human development. It is give human on orientation to how they live their life through a series of daily. There are two types of ethics that we must understanding together determine good and bad human behavior. Description ethics describes moral behavior in a broad sense a constant assumption about good and bad, permissible action, object the ratio in individual control normalities ethics in the sense someone can decide to have a participation abroad because the person can correct have enveloped himself by breathing format and achievement about Haman before he is not natural because he has the right to say a right of purposes ethics. 3. Metitis the prefix meti or gate mean accrediting surpassing getting in nation as if at a higher level of achievement before, namely at the level of language ethical. Of language used in the field of moral, ethics bad things between the immoral and immoral or this that shall not be done. There is several school of thought. This include the following: 1. Egoism is an act or act of giving result of the benefits to another yourself for as long as necessary or witness a certain time long. Egoism practically appears in the following school: hedonize, demonize. 2. Deontology. Believe that something is good or bad or right or wrong action are not measured by concurrence. However, based on certain characteristic of the action and action carried out. There are two forms of deontology, namely action deontology regulation. 3. Utilitarianism is a description of the relation what utilities. What means useful. Utilities say that the identification characteristic of morality is a benefited. There are two forms of utilitarianism, namely action utilitarianism, regulation utility. 4. Theorem. This school of thought believes that God's will is the measure the good and bad of an action is divided into two, namely for theorem theory and the general theory of nature. Ethics is general divided into the following: E. General ethics talk about the basic condition of how man ethical requires and basic moral principle that guide human is acting is will at benchmarks in assessing whether an action is good or bad. ethics general can be analoged to science, which discuss general understanding and theory. B. Special ethics is the application of basic moral principles in the field of life special one. This application can take the form of how do you make decimation and acting in aggress of life and specification activity that I undertake when are based on my man's theory or basic moral principle. How I judge my behavior other people's specific behavior of activity and life that are modification by condition that enable human to act ethically. How human to take a decision of action and the basic moral theories and principles that exist in black. Special ethics is divided into two parts. E. Individual ethics with concurrent human obligation and attitude human themselves alone. B. Social ethics, namely talking about obligation, attitude, and patterns of human behavior on member of humanity. It should be noted that individual ethics and social ethics can be separated from each other simply because our human obligation toward any serve as a member of the human race are interpreted. B. A glimpse into the history of ethics in Greece for the first time. Ethics was studied rationally and based on skilled knowledge by the Greeks. There were not many uncate Greek philosophy by addition to ethics, but most of his students are about natural, so it comes sophisticated or a wise person. They are a group of philosophy and become a teacher is several countries. Three talks and opinion are different, but this goal is one, namely to prepare the young generation of the great nation either become national the wrong, no longer independent, and know their obligation toward his homeland. They are not many different in acts of the teaching of internal philosophy determines something good and bad. Okay, thank you and see you.